So today we will learn how to go ahead and connect your email address to HubSpot. You will ask, hey Arpit, why is that even needed? This is a very simple and very useful application for this. Let's say you are using your email ID to be sending emails to across people, to multiple people in your friend circle. It could be your associates, it could be your contacts, it could be people from sales, etc. etc. Now the reason you're using your CRM is because you want to keep a record of these conversations, right? So one way to do it is that you go ahead to your CRM, create a contact, a video about which we have already made, so you must watch that. Once you've created that, you can go ahead and manually input all the conversation details or everything that has been going on that you can check there, right? Which is, okay, if we had a conversation 2 days ago, you manually copy that and you paste it. That sounds boring and tedious. Now, what HubSpot does is, HubSpot allows you to make this frictionless. You can go ahead and connect that same email address, which you are already using for all your correspondence, with HubSpot, right? Now, how do we do that is pretty simple. If you have your HubSpot account set up, you would most likely, let's go back here, you would most likely land up in your contact screen. This is your by default screen when you log into your HubSpot. This is where you will land in. If you haven't connected your email address, you simply have to click on this gear settings icon. Once you come here on this left hand pane, you will see general. Now in general, of course, you have your entire profile details when you create the account as that you had done. So if you want, you can add a photograph, number formats that you would like, your own phone number, etc. As you can see, I've not done all that because this is a brand new HubSpot account. So now that I am done with, let's assume that I'm done with all my profile details, I will click on this email tab. Now here you will see this orange button which says connect personal email. Now when this says personal email, this does not mean any email or your personal email ID. What this means is that any email ID that you want to associate with HubSpot, you can go ahead and connect it. Interestingly, if you want, you can have people and you can have other members of your team also join HubSpot and they can also connect their email IDs. So let's say, for example, there is a friend of mine, his name is Andrew. And if I'm chatting with Andrew as Arpit, and there's an Andrew contact which has been created across my company HubSpot, all my emails with Andrew can be seen there. Or that is why we are making this bridge or this connection. Now let's say I have another associate who's working with me. Let's call him Robin for now. Now, if Robin wants to talk to the same person, Andrew, what will happen through doing this entire connection is on Andrew's entire, contact card itself, I will be able to see the conversation or different emails that have been exchanged between me and Andrew or Robin and Andrew and therefore multiple people. So what this is doing is that essentially all conversations that are happening with a contact will be at one place. This allows me, and various, there are various security and permission factors that you can kind of set up where, you see somebody's email or you don't see somebody's email, etc., etc. But what is important is that HubSpot allows you this option where if you have connected various email IDs to HubSpot, and that is when you are sending an email, you will be able to track the conversation which has been happening. Now you ask, why is this even important? Why do I need to do this? Let's say me and Andrew are in a conversation about doing a potential deal together, right? But Andrew says that, hey, I am gonna go out on a leave. Okay, brilliant. And by the time Andrew comes back, I have gone on a leave. Now my associate or my colleague wants to now pick up the conversation from where I left. What you would do right now is that you will give access to your email ID to him. I don't want to do that. This is where CRM becomes extremely important, and basically all my friend or colleague, associate, whoever you want to call him, Robin needs to do is simply click on his contact and he will see, okay, this is where the last conversation ended with Arpit. Now I know how much Robin knows and what Robin knows and how far the negotiations are, and he can pick it up right from there. So you see, it is a seamless way of doing business. So coming back on how to connect this, you simply click on connect personal email. Make sure that you have your inbox automation on. You can set up your email address. Now you know that this is my email address and I have my Gmail open. So I'm gonna go ahead and simply find the tab. I found the tab. It is arpit.varma@.com, and the email is hosted by Google. We recommend connecting via Google, connected to Gmail. This is brilliant. You go ahead, you see a bunch of information here, not really very important. You can, essentially what it is saying is that you can remove this integration anytime. So the way to remove the integration is basically exactly how you have done this integration. Come back and click on the disable button. We'll show you that also. So click on continue. We'll log in via the email address on Google. We will continue. We will allow. And that's it. The connection has been established, right? And it is going to verify the connection by doing a test email up and down, and you'll have to probably wait. Arpit.varma is now connected to HubSpot. Now, this is a very interesting step and an important step, right? You want to have an extension, because what this extension will do is that it will allow you to access some of HubSpot's properties even when you are directly using just your Gmail inbox in its entirety. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click on download extension, and what I really recommend doing here is that ensuring that you're using Chrome browser, because these extensions tend to work very well with the likes of some of the other Chromium based browsers like Edge, etc. But it's always good to be on Chrome just to be absolute foolproof, everything is working fine. So we'll go ahead, click on download, and you get to see these various options. So we want to install the extension for Gmail. So this is the left one, or the first one is the one that we are going to click on download. This is going to take us to the Chrome Web Store, and we will simply click on add to Chrome. HubSpot sales, add extension, and the extension has been added. Now you will see it will just reload your inbox and it will ask you to set up the extension. We have already done the login. Now, ideally, you will get these two options of whether you want to connect via limited features or all features. What we want to do is all features, because we want to also automate emails in case we want to. Otherwise, other than automation of the email, everything else works very well in limited feature. So we'll go ahead and give it all features, and the extension is added. Now, how do you know the extension has been added? For that, you see this little icon with HubSpot here. You simply have to click on this. You have to select an account. We'll drop down and you will see this HubSpot account. If you see this ID, this HubSpot ID, the way to verify is go back to your HubSpot account, click on this drop down, and you see this ID, it ends with 652. And if I come back here, it also ends with 652. So just make sure that this last step has been accounted for and done. Click on this and select. So your HubSpot account has now been added to your Gmail account, and both of them are now talking. So basically anything that you send from Gmail gets logged into HubSpot automatically. And this is basically why that extension is quite critical. So as you can see, a lot of your HubSpot features have come into Gmail itself, right? So I'm just going to close this. And this is a default email that HubSpot does, where it sends an email to coolrobot@hubspot.com to basically just get you started and make you feel like how it is. But if you will see on your Gmail, there is this little new piece that has come and that has been added, which allows you to import some templates from HubSpot, bring in your tasks, log this email. So in case there is an email, let's say that, we may have a personal email we want to send, right? Which we don't want gets logged. So you simply have to just click here and uncheck this button of log an email. Also this, the track button should usually be on. What this track button does is that if you send out an email, and if you want to know that has this email been opened or not, right? That is why this track email is important. Of course, you can use some AI here to allow it to write an email also for yourself, right? So let's do one thing. Let's try and send out an email and see how this looks like, okay? So for that, what I'm going to do is, first up, so we are done with this. And if you check actually on the email, by the way, before anything else, you have to have this status enabled, inbox automation. Now, in case, if you remember, I was telling you that you can actually stop this automation also if you don't want it. You can simply just click on disable or remove, and this email address will be decoupled from your HubSpot account. What this means is that you can continue to use your HubSpot account, no problem. It's just that any emails that you send out from your Gmail will not get logged in automatically. You will have to do all of that work manually. So for now, we're just going to leave this as it is. I'm going to go back and I am going to try writing an email to let's say ankur@pricebaba.com. Okay, so this is a contact that I want to write an email to, and let's say this is a test email. In the subject, hello Ankur, you are on camera, say hello. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to send this email from the Krati ID, right? So the email has been sent. Make sure everything is looking good here. Notification settings, integration settings, we can kind of go into a lot more details of all of this. If you would like to know about this various extension settings, I'm happy to make a video only and only on this HubSpot sales extension. So let me know about that in the comments. So now if we come back here to HubSpot, you will see when I refresh my contacts, this person, ankur@pricebaba.com, this email ID did not exist as my contact, right? So what this extension has done is that it has also created the contact inside my HubSpot because it did not find this email already there. So if you see, the contact owner is my name because I just sent it, and today is 5:26. You can see the time here also. So let's go into Ankur's contact cards, and here you will see that the email which I just sent from my Gmail is right here. So it says, hello Ankur, you're on camera, say hello. Interestingly, Ankur has not opened my email yet. I will probably try and go find Ankur where he is and gonna prod him to check his email, and probably will add a screenshot of how this will look like once that email tracking has been done, which is Ankur has seen my email, because this will actually tell me that Ankur has read my email. So I'm just gonna add that somewhere on the screen while this video has been edited. So this is pretty much how you would go ahead and connect your email address from Gmail to HubSpot. There are a lot of things that you can actually do by doing this connection, especially like you just saw, creating a contact itself. So even if you have a contact, in fact this is really useful where you don't have to create those contacts manually inside your Gmail. You can go ahead and make sure that the extension is turned on. The moment the extension is turned on, you type an email, you send an email to somebody, and boom, this is done. One little tip that I would like to leave you with is that sometimes this extension or this little button here by default turns off. So just make sure if you are starting something new during the day that you have made sure that the extension and this HubSpot green little light on the top is working fine, because this is what is going to tell that the syncing is working fine. The second thing you can also do with this extension is, as you can see, all my HubSpot contacts, right, have come right here. So if I click on the extension itself, I can go ahead and compose an email or just check out the contact details right here of that person. Right, so I can just go ahead and either send an email by copying this email here and sending that email, or I can just open this in CRM. This will open the contact card inside HubSpot, right? So anything that I want to go back and see will be right here. That's pretty much that for today. Thank you.